Tathra is a tiny little town on the far south coast, and we're pretty lucky. We're right on the coastline. We've got a beautiful beach. I try and get back here at least once or twice during the footy season and see people that have been following me since I was 10 or 11 years old and have a chat to them and come and see my family.
It's unrecognisable. Street after street looks like this, obliterated by a lightning-fast fire which began to bear down late yesterday. And now, 69 homes have been destroyed.
As soon as I drove into town, I'd seen a few patches of just missing homes and missing parts of the forest, and that's when it sort of hit to me that I'm back here for the first time now, and I'm going to see things that I haven't seen yet, and it's probably going to be pretty emotional to see all the destruction that I heard about and had to watch on telly from Sydney. Now I can really get there firsthand and have a look and sort of see what people are going through.
We are a few hundred metres above this tiny seaside town and get a very good idea of just how indiscriminate a fast-moving firestorm behaves.
Greg and Kerry have been Mum's bosses for like 16 years now. It's not fair what's happened to them to lose their home, and the strength that they've shown as well, I think, has been massive. They've supported me from when I was 11 years old and I had state carnivals, and they'd sponsor me. They weren't just Mum's bosses, they were part of our family. And this is your first time being back on the block and first-hand seeing it and standing in the place where you used to have a veranda and look over the beautiful beach, and you're looking at it now and saying what's left isn't much. It's obviously pretty hard for you guys to sit here.
It's emotional, as evidenced by Kerry's reaction.
Just those little words can just send me off.
Tathra is a very resilient town, and the people are very resilient, and it's still here for everybody to enjoy.
How hard it is for everybody to achieve their dreams, and it's nice to come back and we've done everybody proud. We're all very proud. You're like our little, our big baby.
The Dogs are going in. Elliott has scored right under the crossbar.
Always wanted to play in the NRL. I've never had another dream in my life, and I thought it was possible, and I didn't really realise how hard it is to make it in the NRL. And now that I do know, I like to go back and try and offer any sort of advice that I can for kids that are keen on doing more than just staying in Tathra and making sure that they can take the next step, and whatever it is in life that they want to chase, that they can leave here, and this will always be home. Good morning. I've always wanted to get greeted like that. I used to sit there and do the same thing to all the teachers. It's just great to come back here and see the place that I went to school and come and visit you guys again. All right, who's ready? They're starting to recognise me now, so it's pretty cool when I walk in and they all run over and say hello and say that they watch me on telly, and that's why I love coming back any chance that I get. Nothing's changed coming back, going to the primary school. Everyone knows me and they're telling me they know my mum or they know my dad, and do you know my mum? And the answer's always the same. Like 9 times out of 10 I do know them, and I just love that feeling of togetherness that you get down here and closeness, yeah. All right, everyone that's in kindergarten or year 1, you're on my team. James, my brother, is my biggest supporter. He's always been my biggest supporter before I made it in the NRL, and he's someone that inspires me because I've seen how much he's developed, and he's overcome and conquered things that as a family we probably didn't think that he'd be able to. He's always been so smart. We knew how smart he was. He used to get those magnetic things on the fridge, and he could spell Sports Sunday, but he couldn't speak, and that was when he was 5 or 6 years old. That can be something that happens with kids with autism, and we didn't know. Sometimes it stays for life, and sometimes they begin to speak again. But I remember that being a really scary time.
It's nice that he's coming here to make the effort to see me and his family, and I'm very proud of him for that.
He's taken the day off work today to hang out with me and to do this, so he's been a big team player, and Yeah, it's always great to get down here and see him. He always lifts my spirits.
I miss Adam being at home because I don't have as much company than I did back then, but I know there's a reason, because he's got a footy career to do. If he had to go away, well, so be it. Even though it's sad, it has to happen, and he's fulfilling his dream.
Adam Elliott, the try for Canterbury.
We're lucky that we live in such a beautiful place, but it's so empty, and the waves are always rolling in, and we've sort of got it all to ourselves. Maybe the opportunities aren't flourishing as much as they are in a big city, but you know, there's always things that you can do to make it. No matter what I do or where I go, and this will always be home.